Unit 11. What would have happened? Vocabulary. Look at the pictures. What things do you see? Write the correct letter. Then listen and check your answers. 1,
D. Instrument.
2,
E. Utensil.
3,
C. Appliance.
4,
F. Gear.
5,
B. Gadget.
6,
A. Tool.
Conversation. It doesn't work. Complete the conversation. Then watch and check your answers. Practice the conversation with a partner.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's wrong?
It's this stupid device. My daughter got it for me, and I can't get it to work.
That was nice of her. Maybe I can help. What do you want it to do?
It's supposed to do things for me, like play music. If I'd known it was so hard to use, I would have returned it.
Oh, I have one of these. It's a digital assistant. You talk to it and it talks back.
Yeah, but it doesn't answer. These things are so confusing.
Here, let me help. Maybe you just have to say the right thing. Hello, Erica.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Hey, you did it. Erica. Erica, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Language practice. Third conditional.
If I had known it was so hard to use, I would have returned it.
If you had invented it, what would you have done?
If I had invented it, I could have made a lot of money. I probably wouldn't have done anything if I'd had the idea.
If I had told her the price, she would have been angry.
I wouldn't have brought this tool if I'd known you had one.
If she hadn't been an inventor, she might have been an artist.
I had. I'd.
Pronunciation. Changing syllable stress. Listen. Notice how the syllable stress changes in different parts of speech in some words. And notice how it doesn't change in others. Change. 1. Verb.
Adapt.
Adjective.
Adaptable.
Noun.
Adaptation.
2. Verb.
Innovate.
Adjective.
Innovative.
Noun.
Innovation.
No change. 3. Verb.
Predict.
Adjective.
Predictable.
Noun.
Prediction.
4. Verb.
Create.
Adjective.
Creative.
Noun.
Creation.
Listening. Listen to people describing new inventions. Write the correct invention.
Today on What's New, we talk to Pete Bredis. Pete works for the magazine Inventor Today, and he's written the cover story on this year's Invention Awards. Pete, welcome to the program.
Hi, Renee. It's a pleasure to be here.
Give us a little background, Pete. How did you choose the winners?
We gave prizes to inventions that really made a difference in people's lives.
I see. So what made the list?
A cooking pot.
What?
Yes, I know what you're thinking, Renee, but this pot is smart. It's called the Chef Pot because it is a chef and a pot in one. It has sensors that gather information, and it tells you what to do.
Wow, that's ingenious. If I'd had a pot like that when my kids were young, I wouldn't have burned so many meals.
Exactly. That's why it won an award. It makes life easier.
So, any other gadgets?
Yes, robots. We had to give an award to a robot. Inventors are doing amazing things with them these days. We found a team of inventors in Canada with an interesting idea. They created Friendix. Friendix is a small robot with a personality.
Do you mean like a digital assistant?
Yes, but this one can move. It can talk to you and connect with the internet, and it can move. In fact, it will follow you around the house. The really cool thing is that it has cameras and sensors, so when you are not home, it can move around the house and show you what it sees. You just need to download a special app to your phone. And get this, you can speak through it. It can even let someone in the door if they've forgotten their key.
How futuristic!
Well, it's still not able to do things like load the dishwasher, but it can dance if you ask it to. We think it's a great digital companion.
Wow. I wish I had had something like that when I was a kid. Was the robot the winner?
It was near the top. We actually gave first place to an invention that saves lives. It's a tiny, inexpensive medical device. It's called the Mini Medilab. It can test for diseases in places without hospitals or power, and it doesn't need electric power.
It doesn't need electricity? How does it work?
You turn a handle to power it. That means it's affordable and portable. The inventors were doctors, and they said that if they had invented it 10 years ago, they could have saved over 1 million lives in places that are far away from hospitals.
That sounds like a really important invention, Pete. Thank you for sharing.
Listening Plus. Listen to 2 callers. Select the statements that match Pete's advice.
Looks like we have callers. Hello, caller? You are on the line.
Hi, I want to ask Pete a question. What advice do you have for new inventors?
Find a community. There are places called maker spaces in many cities. They have machines and tools. When you join the makerspace, you usually have to pay, but then you can use the equipment to work on your invention. You also meet people who can help you.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Here's another. Larry, you're on the line.
Hi, Pete. I have an idea for an invention, but I am afraid someone might steal it.
Let me ask you a question, Larry. Can you make the invention by yourself?
Not at the moment, no.
Then you have 2 choices. 1, you can figure out how to make it.
How do I do that?
Learn the skills and maybe buy some tools. Or 2, you can bring in partners who have the skills, money, or tools. There are thousands of ideas out there, Larry, but an idea by itself is not enough. You have to be able to build the thing.
I see.
Don't give up, Larry.
Reading. How to create a eureka moment.
For years, people have tried to find the secret to invention. An idea always seems obvious once someone else has it, but it wasn't before. The rolling suitcase, sunglasses, windshield wipers, or an app that puts cat ears on selfies. Where would we be without these inventions? It turns out that many inventors simply change, improve, or repurpose existing products. For example, Henry Ford created an efficient way to produce cars, but previous inventors had already put engines onto carriages. Steve Jobs did not invent the mouse. An engineer had introduced the device to the computing world 25 years before. Jobs simply improved it and introduced it to the general public. Another feature of invention is collaboration. When people have different areas of expertise, they can share ideas and solutions to problems. Universities may partner with industry and government to create research opportunities and labs. These centers attract different experts who then combine their knowledge and skills. Sometimes these hubs specialize in a particular type of invention. One may focus on medical breakthroughs such as artificial arms and legs that people can control with their minds. Another might develop green solutions such as solar panels that can be placed on roads to collect energy from the sun. Such hubs can now be found all over the world, from the Haidin district in Beijing to Station F in Paris. Others can be found online in the form of open-source projects, which invite anyone to work on a solution or design without pay. In these virtual communities, the pleasure of solving problems and developing something new drives invention. So if you want to be an inventor, these are the steps you can take. Then, through exploration, conversation, and experimentation, you might just find yourself saying, Eureka, because you created the next big thing.
Homework. Listening.
Hi, William. What are you working on?
You know, Eva, most people like evidence-based advice on how to live a happier and better life, so I'm developing an app to help them get it.
I didn't know you were interested in self-help apps.
Oh, yes. If I hadn't been an app developer, I would have been a psychologist.
So, what does this feel-good app do?
It helps you set goals, enjoy the present moment, and be your best possible self.
It sounds like a great innovation.
Well, I hope people think it's innovative enough to buy, especially after the failure of my last app.
What happened?
I had a really great idea for an app that could organize photos and store them online. I had $1.5 million to start development and thought the app would sell itself. If I hadn't been so focused on the development of the app, I would have had enough money to promote and sell it.
I know. There's a lot of competition out there. It's difficult to compete with so many big companies developing apps of their own. By the way, have I ever told you the story about the mobile app I designed?
No, you haven't.
Well, I wanted to invent an app to help taxi drivers find customers, so I was really happy when the city permitted e-taxi services. If it hadn't been for a lot of other similar apps for taxi services, I would have had the greatest invention of all time.
And Eva, you didn't consider that taxis in our city don't need help finding passengers. They are busy all the time. Your app just wasn't necessary.
I should have found out what the taxi drivers actually needed.
It looks like we both could have saved ourselves a lot of time and money if we had done more market research.
Well, maybe if we had studied marketing in college, our apps could have made us rich and famous a long time ago.
Pronunciation. Listen to parts of the conversation again. Choose the stressed syllable. 1,
It sounds like a great innovation.
2,
Well, I hope people think it's innovative enough to buy.
3,
I know. There's a lot of competition out there.
4,
It's difficult to compete with so many big companies developing apps of their own.
5,
Well, I wanted to invent an app to help taxi drivers find customers.
6,
If it hadn't been for a lot of other similar apps for taxi services, I would have had the greatest invention of all time.
As always, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And before you go, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that tiny bell. And don't forget to check out some of our other videos on the channel. On to the next time.